Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Bewitched. As a kid, I just loved that opening segment because it was a cartoon. And the segment happened to be produced by none other than Hanna-Barbera. And that wasn't the only time that Hanna-Barbera would use the animated versions of the Stevens couple. In 1965, Bewitched crossed over with another ABC primetime TV show. It was called The Flintstones. And that episode was the first time I'd ever encountered a TV show crossover. It was so cool to see some of my favorite live-action characters brought over into The Flintstones. And the fact that Liz Montgomery and Dick York voiced their parts made it magical. Now that's how you wiggle a nose. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. One of my favorite sitcoms growing up was The Mothers-in-Law. The comedy aired on NBC from 1967 to 69 for a total of 56 episodes. It was created by the team that wrote For I Love Lucy, Madeline Davis and Bob Carroll Jr. So it's no surprise that the show is produced by none other than Desi Arness. Desi also directed the bulk of the first season and brought his signature multi-camera live audience techniques to the production. The show seemed to clearly march down the trail blazed by I Love Lucy. They were all best friends and next-door neighbors, but the difference was they became in-laws when both their kids fell in love, got married, and started a family. Let the meddling begin! The Hubbards were played by the talented Herbert Rudley and Eve Arden, and the Buells played by the equally talented Kay Ballard and Roger Carmel. Arness had reportedly cast the actors himself, and this show had the rare occurrence where they used most of the actors' real first names for their characters. Hey, it worked for Lucy, and considering how it was made, who wrote it, who directed it, and the great acting, The Mothers-in-Law could be seen as simply the proven style of a modernized I Love Lucy. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Father Knows Best. It was one of the earliest family-based comedies. And the star of the show, Robert Young, ranked number 5 in TV Guide's 50 greatest TV dads of all time. I wonder if there's a TV Guide's greatest greats. Well, based off those statistics, it looks like the producers brought in classic TV's future dads to get trained. And for example, there was William Schallert, who later played Patty Duke's dad. They also had Herbert Anderson, who went on to play the father of Dennis the Menace. Also on it was Dick York from Bewitched and Robert Reed from The Brady Bunch. Actor Billy Gray, who played the popular role of Bud, felt it was a little heavy on the male dominance aspect and claimed if he could go back, he'd change it from Father Knows Best to You Know Best. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. When you think of the TV Western Gunsmoke, who do you think of? Why, James Arness, of course. After World War II, Arness got a suggestion by his younger brother, Peter Graves, to become a radio announcer. And so, as his first small step into showbiz, James began his career at WLOL Radio in Minneapolis. The next step reportedly involved hitchhiking to Hollywood to break into the movies. Arness landed his first role in the 1947 film The Farmer's Daughter. As he earned more parts in what was mainly westerns, he struck up a lifelong friendship with the king of the genre, John Wayne. When offered the TV role of Marshall Dillon, Arness turned it down flat, feeling like the big screen was his true calling. But his friend and mentor, Mr. Wayne, told him he'd be crazy to pass it up. This turned out to be pretty good advice. Beginning in 1955 and for the next 20 years plus, James Arness played the iconic Matt Dillon, appearing in all 635 episodes of Gunsmoke. This gave him the distinction of having the leading role in one of the longest-running TV dramas ever. His character wore a star on his chest, and thanks to Gunsmoke, James Arness earned his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. In 1966, Irwin Allen, the master of disaster, brought us The Time Tunnel. This classic sci-fi show starring James Darren and Robert Culver was a blast to watch. The famed character actor Whit Bissell, who played General Kirk, was actually in the movie The Time Machine. During that period, the Time Tunnel production was the most expensive TV show ever made. The Time Tunnel complex itself took up 2 huge sound studios at 20th Century Fox. But after the first season, the network wanted to cut the budget by a whole third. But Irwin Allen wouldn't have it, so he let his favorite sci-fi show go away after only 1 season. Which means they were never able to bring Doug and Tony home. They're still out there somewhere. Or is it some time?